Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and what we're looking at here are some small ripe persimmons, or should be ripe persimmons, on my lotus plum. Now this is actually a rootstock that survived after a grafted plant died, and I presumed it was a lotus persimmon. So I left it, and it's grown reasonably well. It did suffer some dieback last year, but it's produced about 4 or 5 fruits this year, and it's a mistake to pick these when they are orange, or just an orangey colour like that, because even though this is quite soft, that I tried one last year and that is very astringent still. However, once they turn to an almost black colour, that stem's actually, it shows you how brittle persimmons are, that one's actually broken off. Once they turn to an almost black colour, then they seem to have lost, or should have lost, all of their astringency. So what I'm going to do is pick, obviously that one's broken off anyway, and I'm going to just take the other one off in a minute with a pair of scissors, and I'm going to try these for your pleasure, just to see if they've completely lost their astringency or still have some astringency. As you can see, there is some orange on that. It kind of looked black from above, or very dark brown. They really need to be a very dark brown, but I'm thinking this probably will be okay still. It's quite soft, the fruit. Obviously they're very small on this particular seedling rootstock. I believe even lotus plums can produce larger fruit if you happen to get a cultivar that's been developed, but most people just use them as a rootstock for other persimmons. So I'll take the other one off, and then we'll go inside a little bit later, and I'll try them out later on, and we can see if there's any sweetness in these tiny little fruits or not. Catch up with you in the second part of the video. Okay, so here we are. Welcome back to the second part of the video, where we get to see if these tiny little lotus persimmons are astringent or not. That's the one that was on the branch that snapped off. So what I'm actually going to try and do is not exactly going to be the easiest things to do in the world, but I will try and cut it in half so we can see what colour the flesh of this one is inside. Should be still orange inside, or orangey colour. Not easy to do when you've got such a small little fruit, obviously. Okay, let's have a look, see if you can see that or not. There is an orangey tinge to it. They actually look as if they've got tiny little seeds in them. I don't think they'll be viable seeds. I'm actually going to pull those out because I don't really want to be eating the seeds as well. The tiny little seeds, as I said, they may or may not be viable. So let's just see. Squeeze the flesh out. I mean, obviously not worth eating them on their own as such, because they're basically smaller than they're about the same size as a blueberry, and you wouldn't normally eat one blueberry on its own. This one I'm going to squeeze the flesh out so you can see it's quite orange. The good news is I've left them long enough. Well, not good news from your point of view, because you'd probably like to see me screw up my face, but there's no astringency whatsoever on those little lotus plum persimmons. But obviously I only had like 3 or 4 fruits, so unless you had dozens of them, it wouldn't really be worth eating them. You could probably almost eat them like blueberries. Now if you could get a larger cultivar, then obviously it would be nice if they were sweet when they were ripe and you had a larger cultivar, but obviously that's why we concentrate on growing the Asian and American persimmons, because the lotus ones aren't really worth the effort. Anyway, I thought that would just be of interest to people. They were ripe, not like last year where I made the mistake of picking them when they were still an orangey brown. If you leave them until they virtually turn black, the astringency disappears and they're actually quite sweet, but not enough flesh to really appreciate it or make the most of the flavour, I wouldn't say, but I thought it would interest some people who like to follow the persimmon development. So thanks for watching the video. Please give me a thumbs up, do subscribe to my channel, you can share the video if you think it might be of interest to anybody tasting a Lotus persimmon, and please click on the bell if you'd like to know when new videos come out. I'll catch up with you on the next video. Brett out for now.